Okay, I want to get into this. This is a draft I did last night. It was a live in-person draft. It was a 2 quarterback, 10-team league, and these are the results. I picked 6th, and as you can see, this is a breakdown of the board. McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara, Henry, and Elliott all went first, with left me with a very hard decision. I know I've said in other videos to go quarterback heavy and take quarterback often, but I was in a little bit of a problem here. I had to decide which way I wanted to go. As you can see, Chubb went right after I picked, and then Aaron Jones, and then Barkley went last in the number 10 spot. I decided to take Kelsey, which I never do. I don't like taking tight ends in the first round. I never do. So I went outside of my comfort zone here, went away from running back, and decided to go with Kelsey. And as you can see, after Barkley, Adams, Mahomes, Eckler, who I again passed on, a lot of these running backs I passed on to take Kelsey. Everybody knows what Kelsey can do, but it's just, this video is to show you what happens if you do not go running back heavy. This is for me, it's a video about a mistake, because I do not take anything other than running back in the first 2 rounds. I came back, I took Gibson in the 2nd round. And since it's a 2 quarterback league, my 3rd pick, I took Prescott. But as you can see, Jonathan Taylor went after Gibson, then Allen, then Najee Harris, who again, I could have took way back here, but I decided to take Gibson instead. Hopkins, and then Ridley. As you can see, that's 3-4 wide receivers. That's awful early for wide receivers, but then you had Kittle go, which is, again, awful early for a tight end. That was 2 back-to-back tight ends. Waller went, Murray, Mixon, Russell Wilson, and then I took Dak. So you had 4. I took the 4th quarterback off the board. And then, as you can see, right here are all of my picks. So I went tight end first, running back, quarterback, running back. Javonte Williams I took because Chris Carson went before I had a chance to pick him. I planned on taking Carson. Carson got picked, so I had to go with Williams. Then Hurts, DJ Moore. I went back-to-back wide receivers here because I didn't have any. Then I went Tyler Lockett. Then I went Devin Singletary. I reached for Singletary because of what was left at running back. I took Sam Darnold as my bye-week fill-in, who I might end up playing before Hurts. I'm not sure on that yet. I'll show you the breakdown of the team after we go through this. Sutton, White, Boyd. Then the very end, I took 2 backup running backs to solidify the backup or the running back position. James Robinson and for Carlos Hyde and Jones. Or no, McKissick for Gibson. I took a chance on Ronald Jones here. Maybe Fournette doesn't play, or maybe Fournette gets hurt, or maybe Ronald Jones wins the position outright. I highly doubt it, but I'm hoping. And then I took the 49ers and Gano, where I like to start taking them. Taking defense and a kicker right before the last round. Okay, now the problem here is I went outside my comfort zone, didn't take a running back the first 2 rounds, and ended up with a very slim, unless Robinson performs like he did last year and Gibson breaks out, and Javonte Williams wins the starting position outright, which won't be right away, I don't think. And Devin Singletary needs to come on this year. If those things don't happen, I'm screwed. Because I went outside the comfort zone. I didn't take Chubb, I didn't take Aaron Jones, and I didn't take Saquon Barkley. Or Najee Harris. Or Eckler, or Jonathan Taylor. I went with the best option available at that point, and it was Kelce. In all my other mock drafts, Kelce's already gone by then, or I had Henry or Elliott. In some mock drafts, you get a lot of, and especially in 2 quarterback mock drafts, you get a lot of quarterbacks, at least 1 or 2 that go early. This didn't happen, so I never got a chance to take Kamara, Henry, or Elliott. So I had to come back around and take a tight end. And this will show you that if you do not take your running backs early, even passing up on talent like Kelce, the drop-off is big. The drop-off is big. There is no doubt about it. So I'll show you what my team looks like. This was an ESPN draft. So all these players will be put on the ESPN fantasy site, which is where we're going to go to now. Okay, this is my team. Come to the Dak side. Prescott, Hurts. I got in the starting lineup. Gibson, Robinson, of course. DJ Moore. Tyler Lockett's got a Q by his name. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think he'll be fine for week 1. Of course, I got Kelce. In my flex, I got Courtland Sutton because I don't know what Williams is going to do. Devin Singletary. Here's your projected points for week 1. Sutton's got a 12-point projection. Nobody above that except for Tyler Boyd. And I don't like their matchup in week 1. And their offense isn't looking that great. So I went with a flex here of Courtland Sutton. If I really want, I can plug Javonte Williams in, or I can plug Devin Singletary in, or James White into that flex spot. I highly doubt I'm going to do that. I'll probably still end up going with Courtland Sutton. But the point of this video is to get through and to the point of saying you got to get your running backs. You got to get the running backs. Because now I got to play a wide receiver at my flex. Unless one of these guys comes out big in week 1, I don't have a choice. So that is the whole point of this video, is to show you that even in a 2 quarterback league, if you don't get the running backs early, they're going to be gone. I'm happy with Gibson, and I'm hopefully going to be happy with James Robinson. Those 2 I'm fine with, as long as Robinson duplicates what he did last year. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think Javonte Williams will be fine in a flex spot. I don't want to play him in a flex spot. I'm hoping I can end up playing him in a number 2 spot. And then one of these guys in the flex spot. But I don't know. I'm hoping Singletary comes out and knocks off Zach Moss, and Williams knocks off Melvin Gordon. I'm not sure. The only reason I got these 2 is to make sure nothing happens to these 2. But that was last night's draft in person. And you can go through the board and see what players went where if you got a 2 quarterback league coming up, draft. And this, I don't believe it's outside the norm. You're going to get the 5 off the top first, unless somebody goes outside and takes Mahomes or Allen in the top 5. If you're picking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I recommend you go running backs. Because here, he should have taken Barkley and Eckler, or Eckler and Gibson, to solidify that. And then on the turnaround, he could have got, I would have taken my quarterback there. But as you can see, a lot of them went off the board already. But I think if things would have been different with the running back picks, quarterbacks would have fell a little further in the draft. So from spots 6 through 10, even though the tier of running back drops, it's a hell of a lot better than the tier that's under that one. So you want to, even though I didn't do it, I wish I would have. I mean, I'm not disappointed with this team. I just don't know what I'm going to do if these guys don't perform. If Singletary doesn't perform, or if Javonte Williams doesn't win the spot, I don't know what I'm going to do at running back. But I think I'm pretty good at wide receiver, Moore, Lockett, Sutton, Boyd. So I'm not too worried about that. I can plug any one of them in as a flex. Now, in case you haven't noticed, I only have one tight end. Kelsey's bye week isn't until 12. So I don't plan on taking anybody to play in his place until week 12. And then by then, I would have dropped McKissick or Carlos Hyde at that point to pick up another tight end to fill in for the bye week. You don't need another tight end. If you got a good one, you don't need another one. Logan Thomas, Kittle, Waller. I believe you can wait late. Just get a flyer off the waiver wire for a tight end. So if you got a 2-quarterback league coming up, just come back, look at this draft board. You have some idea of who's going where. This isn't a mock draft. This was a real live draft. It does count. So wherever these guys went, it's a good ADP. So if you just want to go with this, look at this, go off of this board, you'll have some idea what's going on. Okay? Tomorrow I got another draft coming up. It's a super flex. It's an online draft. I will be taping that or recording that to put on the YouTube. So check back again probably Monday because it's late tomorrow night. So hopefully you check that out, and hopefully this will help you out. Until next time.